Okay folks, just want to thank you all for coming here this evening. This page tonight is going to be unveiled remembering the 30th anniversary of the hunger strike, and also on the reverse side you'll see that there's the prison struggle, and also we're commemorating Fian John Dempsey. His anniversary also occurs in July. He died on the 8th of July on the death of Joe MacDonald. We're going to ask Briege Brownlee, one of the comrades that spent a bit of time in jail with on the struggle, and we'd asked her just to say a few words and to do the unveiling. Briege.
I'm very, very honoured to be asked to come here for this rededication ceremony tonight, and I thank you for that honour. The prison protests that culminated in the hunger strike of 1981 will never be forgotten. It was one of the hardest times faced by our people, both in the prisons, on the streets and in the homes. The criminalisation policies of the British, the inhumane treatment by the screws, the beatings, the strippings, could never quell the determination of the prisoners. It was one of the worst times in our history, but it was also one of the bravest, and I was glad that I was part of that as a protesting prisoner in Armagh Jail. This monument stands overlooking Belfast, and is a symbol of the sacrifice of the hunger strikers. The H is like a brand in our communities, worn with dignity and pride, and proof that the croppies will never lie down. Within hours of Joe MacDonald dying, a British soldier shot dead, Fian John Dempsey, while in active service. Young men like John Dempsey are an inspiration to all our youth, and they should follow his example of what being a true young Irish man is all about. Finally, just a deep felt thank you and appreciation has to go to the people behind this monument. It's a credit to you and your hard work, and will ensure that the sacrifice of the prisoners and young John will never be far from our thoughts. And I would just encourage everybody who isn't already part of the 8081 committees to get involved, and together we'll all ensure that the sacrifice of the hunger strikes and the struggle of the prisoners will never be forgotten. And I thank you again for my part in it.
We're just going to ask now Briege if she would do the unveiling.
Today is a very important day. Remember 1980, 1981. It'll be like yesterday for a lot of older people, to a lot of younger people. It's a place in history. But the fact that so many young people remember the hunger strikes, remember the prison protests, is so important. And areas like this, like Turf Lodge, keeping these memories alive and keeping these activities going will always ensure that the memory of the hunger strikers and the prisoners who sacrificed so much will never be forgotten.